This is Ryan Elliott for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. It's fight week out in Las Vegas. Delighted to be joined by Malik Scott. Malik, first and foremost, before we get down to boxing talk, how are you?
I'm good, brother. How you doing? I'm just enjoying the festivities. I'm looking forward to a devastating knockout by Deontay Wilder. I'm looking forward to Fury coming and bringing all the antics. I'm looking forward to Fury doing everything he's going to say, but I'm also looking forward to him paying the price for it. So it's going to be a great evening. I hope everybody enjoys it.
As you mentioned yesterday, there was a lot of talk at that press conference, so much talk and so much push and shove that they're not allowed to face off tomorrow. Have you taken anything from the demeanour you've seen within either of them this week? Does it count for anything?
I don't know if it counts for anything, but I know they have great chemistry with each other. I know that charismatic-wise, they're made for each other. They're made for each other in big events. They're made for each other as far as warrior versus warrior. The same type of attributes Fury has in him, Deontay having. When it comes to courage and determination, they're splitting images of each other. They're looking at each other. You get what I'm saying? They're a mirror of each other in there. So I think that's what makes this a great fight. The only thing that separates them is one has a missile that he was blessed with by God, and one has boxing ability that he have to try not to get hit by that missile. You know what I mean? So that's what it is.
Now, you've actually sparred with both guys at different times in your career. What sets them apart individually as top-class fighters? What set them apart as special when you sort of shared the ring with them? I appreciate you've also fought Deontay. But, yeah, the first time you encountered them, what set them apart?
As far as what separates them, spiritually-wise, I believe, like, as far as determination and just being after it, they're a mirror of each other. You get what I'm trying to say? As far as that. Now we're talking about physicalities. Deontay to me is a way better athlete. Deontay to me is much more imposing, and it doesn't matter his weight class. It doesn't matter how much he weighs. He's still imposing. He's the hardest puncher in the history of the sport. He only needs 2 seconds of good work to have a great life. You get what I'm trying to say? Fury have to offset that. I don't believe he can offset that in this fight because Deontay have made patient adjustments. And we're going to see what happens. But like I said, my prediction is my prediction. It shouldn't be shocking that I'm predicting this, especially when you see the opposition Tyson has facing what has been happening and what Deontay has facing what has been happening. So, we're going to see. I just believe the first time the right hand lands with bad intention, I believe the fight is going to be over.
What adjustments can Deontay make and what adjustments has Deontay made from the first fight? And how does preparation differ when you've shared 12 rounds with a man like that?
Mental adjustments, patience, being poised, humility, being humbled when it comes to patience, being humbled when it comes to your opponent. Humbleness take you far. And humbleness is just not being yes, no, okay. Like, that's not humble. Humbled is, this guy's a mover. He's hard to hit. I have to break him down. I can't go wild. That's being humbled. That's showing humility. The adjustment Deontay made, you've seen the humility and the humbleness in the Luis Ortiz 2 fight. Now he's excited to show the mental adjustment that he made for the Fury rematch, and that's what the world get the treat to see on Saturday night. You know what I'm trying to say? Physicalities is physicalities. Deontay looked like that in the first Fury fight because the mentality. It wasn't a physical thing. Even though he even went in with one arm, it was here. And when I say it was here, I mean as mentally tough as he is, that event right there made him want to do so good and made him want to just go and get the knockout in grand fashion like everybody was waiting for, that he lost himself a little bit. He found himself back. He went and cleaned up the mentality. He went and found humility. He went and showed humbleness. And as you see what he did to Ortiz in the second fight, it was a masterpiece. It was a masterpiece. You know what I mean? So that's the difference.
With Tyson, a lot of eyebrows raised in England when he parted ways with Ben Davison. They'd sort of been on that journey together since Tyson had mounted his comeback, so to speak. He's been training with Sugar Hill. Do you see it as a risk changing trainers going on a fight of this magnitude?
As far as both trainers, they're both great trainers. I know a lot of people like to come down on Ben because he's young, he doesn't have experience or whatever it is that they say. But I look at it like this. I listen to that man talk about boxing, and his IQ is very high. Very high. And Tyson, he went and got Sugar Hill, who also come from the cloth. of we know who, the late great Emmanuel Stewart. So the corners is classic. We have Mark Bluland and JD's and Cuz Hill in our corner. He has Sugar Hill in his corner. It's great. I don't think that right there, as far as Tyson, is going to make the huge difference, because Tyson mentality is, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And that's what it is. And if he's adamant about doing what he's saying he's going to do, he's going to learn very, very early that you just can't walk to Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? You just can't do that.
That aggressive approach that you've sort of cited there, he's been very clear on that from the get-go during the lead-up to this fight, that he wants to bring it a bit more to Deontay Wilder. You said that would be a mistake to do so. Can you envisage any way he can do that successfully?
No.
Why?
Because I believe Deontay have a missile. The worst thing you can do is go to a missile, because you meet the explosion. Tyson Fury is not stupid. Maybe crazy. He's not stupid. You know what I'm saying? So he's where he at because of intelligence of some sort. He's not stupid. You know what I mean? He's young, may be crazy, but he's not stupid. And he's going to show our people how stupid that he's not come Saturday night.
If you're Anthony Joshua at home watching all this unfold, this huge promotion, this rematch, is there a worry that it's almost passing him by, the great rivalries of this era? It looks like these guys are going to fight a third time regardless of what happens here. Should he be worried about missing out on this?
No. He shouldn't be worried at all, because I believe he had his opportunity to fight both guys. I believe contraction-wise things didn't work out. He has 3 belts, I believe. He's rich. He has a huge fan base. He has tons of endorsements. He have a good family that he provides for. He takes all around the world. He's a traveling man. When you look up at the scoreboard of life, Anthony Joshua is winning in his 4th quarter with 10 seconds left, and he's up by 50. He can't really lose. You get what I'm trying to say? As far as now, I'm looking at the big picture as far as life. You get what I'm trying to say? Look up at the scoreboard. Anthony Joshua is winning. You look up at the scoreboard of life, Deontay Wilder is winning no matter what happens Saturday. Tyson Fury, look at the dark place he bought himself from, and look where he's at today. Now I'm talking life, not boxing. Scoreboard of life, these guys is all winning. So it's going to be a great fight Saturday. I'm looking forward to it. What I'm looking forward to the most is the Gypsy King going down, though. So as long as we know that.
Just want to pick your brains on a couple things. Heavyweight division away from Saturday night, Malik. I mentioned Anthony Joshua there. It looks like he's going to be facing Kubrat Pulev. He's got this queue of mandatories he's sort of working through. Do you envisage Kubrat Pulev giving him any trouble at all at this stage in his career?
Yeah, for a little bit. For about 3-4 rounds, I could see Pulev, 4 or 5 rounds. I could see Pulev being difficult, and it depends on if AJ knows how to handle that awkwardness, that shrimp that Pulev brings to the table, and how the fight go. But he's definitely not a walkover. Pulev is a serious contender, very serious contender.
Now, another one of these mandatories is sort of waiting his turn. We're not sure if he's fully fit just yet, but it looks like he's going to be getting himself into the serious heavyweight mix very soon. Alexander Usyk, where does he fit into this puzzle, and how far do you think he can go at heavyweight stepping up?
I think he could go as far as he want to go. I believe that we know who the 3-headed monsters are at the top of the division. Do I believe he can compete at this level? Yes. Now, him beating them guys is a totally different point. But if you take some of these guys' opponents, I know tons of these guys' opponents that Usyk would beat. Tons. A lot of guys that Fury has fought and a lot of guys Deontay have fought, Usyk would beat. So he definitely deserved to be on this level. But can he beat these guys? That's something time will see. You know what I mean? Time will tell. So we'll see.
When you assess the heavyweight division at the minute, Malik, who is your dark horse in the division? We had Michael Hunter down here yesterday, for example. Who do you see as one we should be keeping an eye on that could become the best of the rest while all these belts are tied up?
I don't know about dark horses, but I have a lot of young lions, as I call them. And you got Darmani Rock from Philadelphia. He's coming up. You have Junior Fa. You have Stephen Shaw. You have Cassius Chaney. You have Cash Ali, who lost to Price by biting him or something like that, but he's a good contender. You have, who else do you got? You got have Dubois. I mean, Joe Joyce is coming. You got the kid from Italy, Guidi Vinalello. You know, I did a lot of boxing with him. That kid can fight. It's just a lot of guys, man. A lot of these young lions can fight, and they coming up, and they strong, and they want it. It's a 21-year-old kid that was in camp with us, only 21, 6'7", good movement, haven't even turned pro yet, but we brought him in for the moving for Deontay, for the herky jerk. He's going to be a problem too if he stay focused and don't get distracted by life temptations. So it's a lot of guys, but as far as the dark horses, obviously you got to go with the Michael Hunters. You know what I mean? You got to go with guys like that. You know, that's yeah. And let's not even forget about Dylan White, the body snatcher. Very tough cookie for anybody in the world. You know what I mean? You know, he's stubborn. He's stubborn. You know what I mean? He comes to get it. So, whoever gets in the ring with him also have to be on point.
Last one before I let you go, Malik. You've done a lot of media today, and it is getting on a bit. One final fight I wanted to get your thoughts on. It sounds like it's not official that we're going to see Andy Ruiz return against Luis Ortiz, someone you've shared the ring with. How do you assess that fight? Tricky first fight back for Andy.
Yeah, it's a tricky first fight back for Andy, but I think that fight goes accordingly on how Andy prepares for it. If he prepares for it well, we're all in for a treat. If he prepares for it half-assed, Ortiz is going to win. It's just simple. You know what I'm trying to say? It's just simple. Even him at his best, it's still going to be a great fight. But if he's not at his best, Ortiz is going to win. You got to be at your best to beat Ortiz.
Malik, final word to you. You've been very vocal about what you expect Saturday evening. Can I get your official prediction just to round off this video?
I believe whenever Deontay Wilder land the missile, the fight is over. Period. I don't know what round, I don't know when, but I just think he is the law. You know what I mean? You criminals got to get lucky. Every time y'all get away when the cops is after y'all. But the cops, the law, only have to get lucky one time, and then y'all going to jail for the rest of your life. So we're going to see if Fury get caught, he got to go do the time. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see.
Malik, a pleasure. Thank you very much. I'll catch you very soon.